Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
And on the 12th day, the Brewers won another baseball game.
Who cares?
I care. I care because this is more than just the 12-game winning streak for the Milwaukee Brewers. So I go back to June 17th. June 17th, the Milwaukee Brewers had a quick little 2-game set in Chicago. And they lost that first game, Dallas. And you know what happened when they lost that first game? They fell 6.5 games back of the Cubs for first place. It was looking dire for the Milwaukee Brewers. And there's people like you that will sit there and say, the like Milwaukee Brewers, they've wrapped up the NL Central. It's boring. They're 7.5 games up. We don't even have to talk about the NL Central anymore. It's a wrap. The Brew Crew's got this. I rewind to 2 months ago. The Brewers were 6.5 games back of first place after a loss to the Cubs. But you know what they did, Dallas? They showed up the next day. Actually, it was 2 days later because there was a rain out. It was 2 days later.
Day off.
And they won that baseball game. They won that baseball game. And since then, they've gone on a 37-9 run. 37-9. They're playing better than 800 ball over their last 46 games. The team with the next best record over that same stretch, the Toronto Blue Jays and the Seattle Mariners, both 30-18. Awesome. They're playing great. It's a .625 winning percentage compared to the .804 winning percentage that the Brewers have put together.
I hate to be this dude.
Oh, here we go.
No, let's just.
What are you gonna say?
Can we for a moment? Can we just for a moment?
Yeah.
What'd you say? June 17th?
June 17th was the day that they lost. The 19th is the day that they won.
All right. So the best team that they've played since then, during that time.
Oh, here we go.
They played the Dodgers a couple times. They played the Cubs again.
This is beneath.
Outside of that, the Nats, the Braves, the Marlins, the Nats again, Marlins.
If you want to make the whole it's not like the Brewers are any good. You could point to the fact that the Cubs over this same 46 game sample. What do you think their record is?
The Cubs?
Yes.
Over the same 46 game sample.
Mm-hmm.
24 and 22.
23 and 23.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. The Cubs went from 6.5 up to 7.5 back.
Look, the thing about the Brewers is they are, I mean, we can talk about individual areas, but through that schedule, like I kind of poke fun at it initially, but isn't that what if you are the Brewers and you have what you have going for you right now, aren't those the teams that you should be, I don't want to say handily and readily beating, but those are the series that you should be winning. You think you should be winning. And this is what happens when you go out and do so. This is what happens when you do check those boxes. So when you're a team that is starting to shorten your season based on, all right, we have X amount of series left to win, right? And if we do that, this is where we're at. This is how we stack up. So now you're just starting to check those series, right? It's almost like internally you're keeping track of what your magic number is. You can't really talk about it like that, but you start to put the prize on the pedestal and you start to really assess day to day, series to series. This is where we're at. So when you beat the Marlins, when you take 2 out of 3, you look up and you go, yep, should have happened. And then when you sweep the Dodgers, you go, I think, this is who we can be. We can play this kind of baseball. This is exactly who we are. And then you roll, because what was that run? They beat the Dodgers, the Nats, the Dodgers again.
The Twins, They beat the Pirates, the Rockies. They lost a series to the Mets. They beat the Marlins. They beat the Dodgers. They beat the Nats. They beat the Dodgers again. They beat the Mariners. They beat they actually lost a series to the Marlins.
Think about this.
They beat the Cubs. They beat the Nats, the Braves, the Mets, the Pirates.
Jared, in this stretch here, there are 2 10-game winning streaks.
Yeah.
2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many teams, Jayhay, do you think will go this year without a 10-game winning streak?
The majority of the league.
26
and
of
we
them?
we have the Brewers, the fucking crew, in 2 months.
Don't try and suck our dicks now, Dallas. You were just telling us that we were low lifes, that we were bottom.
No, it's all about context. It's all about contextualizing.
Mm.
You know, I gotta
there's some good teams in that run though.
Knock you down a little to build you back up.
But I also think that, speaking as a Red Sox fan as well, the difference that a 10-game winning streak can make in your season. Like right now, that 10-game winning streak that the Red Sox had is the difference of being 500 or not.
Hey, I hate I hate to bring the A's into this conversation, but this year will hurt. This year is going to be painful because I know what the difference if the Athletics don't lose 20 out of 21 and just go 500 over that period of time.
If we just don't suck, I think we'd be good.
No, that's a huge difference.
This is sad,
a huge
man.
difference.
This is sad.
You're talking about 10-game winning streaks. I'm telling you, losing 20 baseball games in 21 days. I don't care how many days in a row you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
I think the opposite end of the spectrum here, Dallas, is it's hard to be a bad team that wins 10 straight. And it's hard to be a good team that loses 20 out of 21. I don't think good teams are doing that.
That's a fair assessment to make at this point in time. The season's not over.
Yeah. You should have dropped a I hear you. That's what Steve does when he's wrong. Instead of apologizing, he'll just say, "No, I hear you. I hear you." Instead of being like, Peralta. Instead of being like, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." Like when you explain to him how he was wrong, he just goes, "I hear you. No, I hear you. I hear you." Like you should have hit me with that. That's the classic Steve line.
Steve, so that you talking about the 5th best Peralta?
Yeah, I think he's actually dropped down to 6th after skipping the podcast yesterday for his birthday. Only a fucking loser would skip the day of work on their birthday.
Yeah. You want to? I mean, if schedule conflicts are not a factor, to skip work for your birthday,
right?
Like can of shit type behavior.
Yeah,
like complete milk bag type of behavior. Like
I agree.
Yeah. 6th best. So there's no spot because from what I understood, I have been put onto the board. I don't know if am I the 4th best Peralta or am I the 5th best Peralta?
Yeah, I mean you're definitely in the conversation now. Steve's actually never won Peralta of the week, which hang with them at that point.
Wait, you do a Peralta of the week?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was just a year. I thought
it was a year
of the year.
No,
and I was like, there are only so many years. You know what I mean? But there are so many weeks.
I mean,
a lot of weeks.
There's a player of the week and there's an MVP? Is there not?
No, that's fine.
There's a player of the month. There's a player of the week.
Many segments you guys do. I try to keep track, and I just thought it was a Peralta of the year. I lost track.
No, that's just at the end of the year awards.
Makes
there's
sense.
an end of the year award show, and Peralta of the year is handed out. But there's a Peralta of the week every single week. Yeah.
Tops.
I did send out a very nice, heartfelt happy birthday message to Dallas yesterday.
You did.
Yeah.
And I
meant every word.
And I appreciated every bit of it.
Yes.
Every single bit of it. I did. My wife even commented. She said that was very nice of Jared.
Wow.
And then she asked, she's like, "Who's Steve?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah.
But happy birthday to Steve too.
It is, it's one of those awkward days of the year where it's like, all right, it's Dallas's birthday, but it's also Steve's birthday. And it's like, well, obviously I'm going to say something nice about Dallas. but I can't not acknowledge Steve's birthday, so it's kind of just like the footnote of the tweet. There's a character limit, there's a character limit. Take that up with Elon,
You're abiding by the laws of the land, man.
Yeah. Yeah. As a birthday gift to the both of you, I'll probably put out a pick'em if you guys want to tail me. Probably win with it. That'll be over on the Underdog Fantasy app, which is, by the way, the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats like strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's Jared to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Jayhay, did you have anything that you wanted to say about these Milwaukee Brewers? You're not numb to it, right? Like, this is impressive to you?
Oh, it's extremely impressive. And in fact, the thing I'd like to say is I'd like to add some context to just how impressive it is.
Please do.
Because I got to ramble plenty yesterday in subjective conjecture, but I've got some hard-hitting facts for you today with DB back. Teams, you said the 800 winning percentage over 46 games. That's a nice round number. The 800 is, at least. Teams to win at an 800 or better winning percentage over a 46 game span within a single season wild card era. Here are the teams: the 98 Yankees, 01 Mariners, 01 A's, 02 A's, 05 A's, 2013 Dodgers, 17 Dodgers, 17 Cleveland, 18 Red Sox, 22 Dodgers, and the 25 Brewers. If you look at just the NL since integration, the only teams are the 51 Giants, the 53 Dodgers, and the 54 Giants. By the way, that's when those teams were in New York and Brooklyn, respectively. That's how long ago that was. The 75 Big Red Machine, those 13, 17, and 22 Dodgers teams, and this year's Brewers team. So, Jared, I think yesterday you posed one of the questions we talked about, and obviously we'd like to get Dallas's take on it now. This idea of like, kind of what is the viability of this team, or what are the expectations moving forward, or, what should that be? And I think obviously the postseason setup is what it is, but this team, it is very rare for a team to play at this level over any semi-significant period of time within a regular season and not be a true blue World Series contender. And we know baseball, that doesn't always mean World Series winner, but it does mean, like, of the teams that I listed there, please identify a team that was not a World Series contender. And I would posit that all of those teams basically were. And so that's who I think we're dealing with here on the Brewers, even if it took a while to manifest, or even if we're still kind of grasping with the idea that a team, quote unquote, devoid of traditional star shaped players could be this good.
I also when we've had this conversation with the Brewers in the past, I think it echoes even louder now when I pose the question, what other box do you need them to check? Not only do they have the best record in baseball, they have a 6.5 game lead, not just within their division, but on the next best team in baseball. When we talk run differential, they are a plus 159. The next best team would be the Cubs, the team in their own division, the team that they've played a bunch, and I think they still have games remaining against them, plus 116. Like, no one is breathing the same air as the Milwaukee Brewers. Obviously, that's heavily aided by a 10-game winning streak and an active 12-game winning streak. But you're not going to deduct those things and be like, well, those don't count. Like, no, they count. Like, it's very much counts.
It matters. It matters.
No doubt. No doubt. So I guess, when I look at the Brewers and I just look at the numbers, I'm like, this is what everyone thought the Dodgers were going to be. It's just that now the Brewers are doing it. So now we want to question this, and why? I'm not sure.
I also think, like, this isn't the first time we've mentioned it, but it's very easy in sports to look at a few stats, or for your eye to go to a few things while you're watching the game. When everybody watches football, everybody watches the quarterback, we watch the running back, the wide receivers. It takes a very concentrated focus to actually key in on the offensive line, right? And to see what they're doing and to keep your focus there while the game is going on. There are versions of that in every sport. In baseball, some of the more subtle things that you can't always notice unless you're watching 162 or 140 or whatever is a lot of what the Brewers do well. And when I say they're the best base running team in the league, the numbers suggest that they are the best base running team by lots.
By a lot.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily all that close. Obviously, there are differences of opinion on defensive metrics and defensive numbers, traditional, but the overall picture that's painted is that they are one of the very elite defensive teams in all of baseball as well. And so, yes, again, no traditional 40 homer high wattage type of guy, but the collective gets you there.
And not only the collective, but think about where when the contributions are coming from places like holler at Isaac Collins, and they're coming from a young player like Sal Frelick, like those types of things matter as well, because in other instances, I think you can point to young players and then you can see where you might have a void because, oh, well, I've got young players that aren't quite performing, or I've got young players. Isn't that part of like a growing process? Not to turn it back again to the athletics, but there's young players who at times are performing. There's young players at times who struggle, and you expect that with young players. But when you get the type of consistent production you're getting from multiple young players, and then it's turning into what the Brewers have turned it into, that's where you start to see the impact of a young player being consistently present. And they have that. The reclamation of Andrew Vaughn, like the Brewers uniform resuscitating him, like that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
He's been awesome. Like, he's been fucking incredible since coming over to Milwaukee.
But that's the thing, is like when it's hitting at the right time. And when I say hitting, I mean performing well, all cylinders firing collectively at the right time. And this is the right time. Now, what'll be interesting is, are they in a position, and this is where remaining schedule comes into play. And I got to believe they've probably got like a top 5, maybe top 10 difficulty in terms of remainder of schedule left. And I think that has a lot to do with what those games look like early.
The Brewers?
Yeah.
The Brewers have the 5th hardest schedule the rest of the way.
There you go. So top 5 most difficult schedule remaining. So how they're able to continue this run, like what do we think? That's the next question. And let's go that direction. Do we think this is something that they can sustain? Because this level of play is what has created this 6.5 lead in the division and a 6.5 lead game lead against the best team in baseball, or the second best team in baseball. Do they keep this up? Can they keep this up?
Well, they still have 5 games left with the Cubs, so we can start there. Mm-hmm. They've got 3 left with the Padres. They've been very good.
We've been talking about the Padres and where they're at in their division and where we see them continuing to vault themselves.
Yeah. 3 left with the Phillies. So those are 2
tough tests.
I want to circle that Blue Jays series. They've got 3 with the Blue Jays. Like, that is, when we talk about, I don't want to say World Series preview, but why not? Why not go there?
Well, look, that'd be a sick World Series, by the way.
I mean, they've got San Diego. They finished with San Diego and Cincinnati. So, I mean, like outside of they've got Texas in the middle of September, and then St. Louis, and then the Halos, and then St. Louis again. So they can get themselves real right and be really geared up rolling into San Diego for 3 games at the very end of the season. I mean, those 3 games against the Padres, I know they don't mean anything in terms of, like between them and the Padres specifically, but the Padres are going to be playing for something.
Yeah.
The Brewers, based on how things go in these matchups that we just outlined, those games could very well be their toughest 3 games of the year, or their most important 3 games of the year, because of who they're going to be against. You
what
could
about the
probably say
5
the
against
same.
the Cubs?
What's that?
What about the 5 against the Cubs? Aren't they going to be fighting for their division lives?
Yeah. No, I what I'm saying is based on how those early games against the Cubs go, based on how those 3 games that we're talking about in Toronto go, based on how those next 3 games back at home against Philly go, based on that run, the last 3 games that they have against the Padres before they play the Reds at home, those 3 games very well could be the most important games because of who they're going to be against in that moment. It's the Padres, what they're going to be playing for. And what I was going to say is you could then maybe follow it up and say the same thing about that Red series, but it's not like the Reds are, Reds and the Padres in different spots.
Yeah. So August 29th, that weekend, I'm going to ask you right now, both of you, more so Dallas, because he's more of a sackless fuck than Jayhay. Jayhay's got some big old balls. But Dallas, do you have the balls? Do you have the fucking balls to say that series, Friday, August 29th in Toronto, is a World Series preview? Are you going to say that right now on this episode of Baseball is Dead?
I don't think I'm going to say that.
I figured you lacked the intestinal fortitude, as they say.
No, it's called testicular fortitude.
It's both.
Yeah.
Jayhay, where would you, out of all your, give me, I feel like it would take too much time to really think this through, but Toronto, Milwaukee, is it in your top 3 World Series preview matchups? Like if you were to say like these are the most likely World Series outcomes, is Toronto, Milwaukee in there for you?
Oh, likely? I thought you were going to say
what you would pick,
like ones I'd want to see. Yes, I mean it's very high on ones I'd want to see. I would say off the cuff, yeah, probably a top 3 matchup. I would say likelihood, probably not, because I think all of the
very different questions.
Yeah. But in terms of ones I would be rooting to see, yeah, for sure.
What an asshole.
I'm curious if you want to see the series or not.
Do you have the balls to say this is the World Series preview? Jayhay, same question phrased differently. Would this be a fun series for you to watch? What do you think? Thoughts? Yeah. That's what I thought, Dallas, you sackless piece of shit.
Well, I mean, it could be a World Series preview. I'm just seeing if you want to go there or not. That would be.
I mean, hey, it would be fun to think about these 2 teams playing against each other in the finale.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. That'd be great to think about.
I'm assuming because of your other occupation, Dallas, the answer to this question is yes. But Jayhay, do you have a passport?
Do I have? Yes, I do. Active.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all set to go. Yep. Yeah,
I mean, I think we're already cooking on some ideas for the playoff streams that we're probably a couple weeks out from being from ripping up some walls and some ceilings in there for postseason streams. If the Red Sox are in the playoffs, we're talking live shows, we're talking boots on the ground content. But I don't want it to be, I don't want the boots on the ground content to be limited to just the Red Sox. I've never been to Toronto before. We go through I've never been to Toronto. I've been.
I haven't either.
I've only been to Montreal,
Canada, but not Toronto.
Oh, we gotta take you. Yeah, I gotta. We're gonna go. Oh, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. Toronto's fabulous.
I would that's as far as ballparks I haven't been to, it's probably my number 2. Because
Toronto's a great time. The people in Toronto are. First of all, it's extremely culturally vibrant. Love that about the place. It's fucking incredible. Like food there, outstanding. People there, incredible. I mean, the stuff at the ballpark, I have a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun cruising around the ballpark. There's a buzz around the ballpark. Great street sausages. The CN Tower is right there. We will be taking you. We will be walking the CN Tower, us 3.
Walking
boots on the ground. It'll be kind of like boots off the ground / on a platform content.
You're saying that's a tower we're going to be seeing?
That's a tower that you're going to be seeing.
Wow. Yeah, I've been dying to go to Toronto.
It's great, dude.
San Francisco, so here's the thing. Like, San Francisco, I guess, is my number one because everyone hypes it up and everyone talks about it as one of the most beautiful ballparks. But I think to what Dallas is explaining, Toronto has a chance to be my number one because of everything about like the city. Like, I want to see
street
Toronto.
sausages?
Yeah, I want to see the whole thing. It's
Yeah,
more than just the
Northville.
ballpark. But the point
It's
that I was
dope.
making was, out of all the games that are rewatchable, like if we put together a list of like, all right, it's the off season, it's, I don't know, December 13th, and we're all Christmas movied out, and we miss baseball, and we want to throw on some YouTube and rewatch a baseball game. The Jose Bautista game is among the most, for me, rewatchable, because it's not just the Bautista moment.
The
Like,
bat flip heard around the world.
yeah, like the game is rewatchable. So I want to be a part of that postseason atmosphere. Do they call it the Great White North? Is that what it's called?
The Great White North.
Yeah, I want to be a part of that.
It's always cool kind of going back and you watch some of those replays, and based on what feed you're getting it from, like the actual highlight like is jittery, it's shaking because
It was shaking.
because the entire place is shaking.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to be a part of that. I mean, having your first Toronto experience being a playoff game would be, that'd be fun.
Will you be feeling, I mean, it would honestly do that. Yeah. You're talking about feeling the vibe of the support of, and I know it gets overhyped, but the support of a nation. And I'm not saying that they're coming from all corners of Canada to come to the Jays game, but they're coming from a large span to come and support their baseball team. And it is just it is, man. It's almost like a phenomenon to feel. It's wild.
Jake, book the Prime Minister of Canada. What's his name?
Trudeau? Or no, they got a different dude.
I don't know what his name is, but we gotta talk to
That was
Canada.
It's looks like it's a gentleman named Mark Carney,
Carney. Yeah.
24th
Trudeau's-
Prime Minister of Canada.
We got to get Carney on here.
Carney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carney. Could he spray?
No
it?
relation to
Could he pick it?
no relation to Rodney Carney, I don't think, the former basketball player.
I don't know who that is. Yeah,
No
couldn't
relation
tell
to Carney Lansford either.
you. Carney
don't believe.
Lansford. Yeah, that. Now
Yeah,
you're talking my
that's-
language. Yeah.
That's who I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. The Dodgers kind of suck, huh? Like, I feel like we've been doing a lot of Dodgers Padres talk this week in particular, and the clips that are going out. Listen, when we put out clips and that fan base finds it, and a dialogue starts in the comments, that's what it's all about. We're just here to provide the platform for the fan bases to discuss amongst themselves. We get the party started with the conversation here on the show, but it's always cool to see, like we talk about Dodgers Padres, and then those fan bases find the clip, and then here we go. They're having at it in the comment section. The Padres have passed the Dodgers. We talked about whether or not they would catch them. They have passed them. Dallas, you were not part of the conversation yesterday, but I'll ask you the same question. If the Padres go on to win the division, is it because, does something necessarily had to have gone wrong with the Dodgers, or can the Padres just win this thing outright?
Well, it depends on where you want to draw the line in terms of, well, this is what the Dodgers have been dealing with, like from a health perspective, or is that just part of how, hey, that this is part of baseball. That this is part of how things go. And so if that's the case, well, then yeah, I think it's fair to say that the Dodgers once again would have fallen short because of a lack of health, a lack of collective health, and having to battle. But it's almost like, you know what? I don't know that we can give them, if we're going to be applauding them for climbing the mountain and getting things done without having that health, then I don't know that we can, I don't know that we can post them up because of it. Does that make sense?
So the Dodgers I don't know what it is about July 4th. It's a lot of teams' turning points for the year. Like the Red Sox, their season turned around on July 4th. For the Dodgers, it's the other way around. They were 56-32 after defeating the White Sox, sweeping the White Sox on July 3rd. That put them up 9 games. Since then, they've played 33 games. You want to take a guess how many of those 33 games that they've won?
10?
12. They're 12-21. The only teams with a better record than the Dodgers over that span, or the only teams with a worse record, excuse me, the Rockies, the Giants, the Nationals, and the Rays. The Rays have been fucking ass.
Rays have been awful.
Yeah.
Which is why it sucks the A's just lost that series.
Tough one.
Yeah.
Did you lose a jersey to some Tampa fan on that one?
That's, you know what? That's,
yeah,
low.
That's what's concerning to me.
That's lowbrow.
It's not. I bet you he's making like on the low jersey bets that we don't even know about.
Yeah. That's why we haven't gotten ours, because he's busy paying off people at every visiting stadium every time he runs through. He's like, yeah. Jay, what's your address again? And he's thinking to himself, that'll buy me through the Tampa road trip at least. Like
I had a
whatever.
fucking
I know it wasn't a road trip. I know they came to see you. Fuck that.
I had a security. I had a security guard. I had a fucking security guard, Jay. I swear to God, offer me a child jersey bet. He's like, I know you're on the rebound right now. I know you're probably not in a position to go big. So like, if you wanted to work out at like just would do a child's jersey, like a youth small,
I thought you were going to say that you had a security guard offer you like a business card for like a rehab facility. Like,
yeah.
No.
Like,
instead, I heard you've been having problems, man. Like,
yeah. No, that's the thing.
Instead, lost everything on jersey bets, man. I don't want it to happen to you too.
No, yeah. Well, it's quite the opposite. He's like, look, I see you're going through a tough time right now. I don't want to take full advantage of you. What I'd like to do is offer you a smaller pond to swim in if you'd like. We'll just do youth jerseys.
Dial it back a second. Just to go back to the Dodgers Padres thing real fast, and I know that the injuries thing is a thing that we hang our hat on with the Dodgers. And I've said it too, but just to like gently push back on that a little bit, they have been, I think, as reasonably healthy as you could hope to be on the offensive side of the ball for primary contributors, right? Like Ohtani's got 551 plate appearances this year. I know Mookie dealt with the thing at the beginning of the season, but he has been available to them. He's up at almost 500 plate appearances himself. And Freeman, who again had dealt with stuff at the beginning of the season and may not ever be 100% in the last 2 cases, has still been there for these guys. Teoscar, Will Smith, these guys have played large portions of the season. Where the fragility has come in has largely been on the pitching side. And while that is definitely true, you can't build your pitching house out of fragile elements only and then expect like endless amounts of caveats and excuses when those people get injured. Like, we knew that was part of the risk baked into the cake with the pitchers that the Dodgers had. And that was part of why they acquired so many and part of why they were praised for acquiring so many of them. But like, I'm a little personally tired of, the Dodgers injury stuff, because A, to Dallas's point, this is what a baseball season is. And right. B, it's not like they haven't had fucking Ohtani for huge stretches of the season, right? Or it's not like the Padres haven't been missing Fernando Tatis for extended periods over the course of this year. Or it's not like Jackson Merrill hasn't been a shadow of what he was last year for the Padres, offensively at least. So like, yeah, I think I said it last podcast. I'll say it again. I think we can and should be viewing these teams as roughly equal teams for the remaining 6 weeks of this regular season, and we'll see where we're at the end of the season. But the Padres, they may just be a superior team at this point.
I can respect the pushback. I always just want to remind people, when you're a team in the Dodgers who essentially have a full starting rotation and a full bullpen's worth of pitchers on the injured list, making up their entire pitching staff themselves, that and this is where, to my point about the young players performing, and not only performing but doing so consistently. What would things look like if Roki Sasaki was actually a part of this machine right now? And what if Roki Sasaki was, you can look at it two different ways. What if he was living up to the hype and living up to the billing? What if the Dodgers brain trust was able to give him his fastball back? Right? So now he's out there dancing around in those ruby red slippers and he's got everything going right for him. What kind of impact does that make? I got to believe that makes some sort of difference. But let's say he's just marginal. Is that still better than what they've gotten or what they've been able to depend on as far as consistent health goes over the season? I think it is. But that's why I wanted to phrase it the way I did initially, which is at some point you just have to understand this is how baseball goes, is guys get hurt and you have to have the ability to plug in and go. And if you have tapped out in that regard, well, then that's what it is. But that's what it is. But they've got Snell back. They've got Glasnow back. They've got these guys back. And now this is where you want to see, all right, over these last 6 weeks or whatever's remaining in the schedule here, can they hit a stride?
Yeah, and the fucking Padres, like, I know he was always going to be out. Haven't had Joe Musgrove all season. Been missing Yu Darvish. I know he's back now. Missed Yu Darvish for large chunks of the season. Michael King, hello. Missed a large hole. It has a huge hole in the middle of his season from when he wasn't pitching. Like, they have had their own issues and we've spent a lot less, me included, have spent a lot less time talking about them, and for largely legitimate reasons. But this is also another thing why I was like, I don't have time for the complaining about the Dodgers that happened in the offseason when they were quote unquote loading up and they were getting Roki Sasaki, because anybody who was being like intellectually honest with themselves knows how baseball works. And like, this was always a viable outcome. And in fact, for my money, it was always a more likely outcome that the Dodgers would be playing along with other teams than they were going to win 120 games and be pacing everybody else and all that sort of stuff. That was a dream we could dream on, seeing it play out, but nothing about the way that their season has played out would have led to that conclusion. And like, the fear mongering over, well, the season is over before it begins. I think I just take a lap on that one.
And again, let's just hand up. Let's be honest. Didn't we have, I mean, isn't this probably where we had Clayton Kershaw maxing out?
Oh, yeah.
So I was just going to bring up Kershaw. Thank you for introducing his name to the conversation, because over this stretch where the Dodgers have lost 21 of 33 and began their slide, where would this team be without Clayton Kershaw?
There you fucking go, Jared. There you go. This is
he's made 5 starts over this stretch to Glasnow's 6. So it's kind of like the guys that are carrying the load over this stretch. Yamamoto has been very pedestrian. Shohei Ohtani, he's been pretty good. He's been okay. But he's not carrying the innings load. Clayton Kershaw has made 5 starts, 2.67 ERA. It's a 2.91 FIP. It's compared to, I mean, like, if the guy that's going to carry the load is going to be Tyler Glasnow, like, he's thrown the most innings out of this group. It's a 2.34 ERA for Glasnow, but it's a 2.67 for Kersh. In the Lord's year of 2025, with the Dodgers slip sliding away, we can sit here and say, where would they be without the contributions of Clayton Kershaw? Like, he's not a nostalgia act. He's not just hanging on so that he can get 3,000 strikeouts. He's a guy that, outside of Tyler Glasnow, is carrying the load for the Dodgers rotation in 2025.
And this is something that look, I don't know that we can give the Dodgers necessarily credit for this, but the idea that Clayton Kershaw has figured out or gotten comfortable with pacing himself out the way he has coming into the season in the times that he does, but performing the way that he does. This is a veteran who has done a very nice job this year of making all the necessary adjustments and being there for his team in their most dire need. Because without Clayton Kershaw right now, during the worst stretch of their season,
they'd be fucked. They would be fucked without Kershaw.
You want to know what this is what this is, Jared. You want to know who Clayton Kershaw is? Clayton Kershaw is Rose on the door, and she's got her fucking hand. She's all the way down into the he's got his head in the water, reaching down for Jack. That's what he's doing. The Dodgers are Jack. Kershaw said, I'm not gonna let you go. But no. I will create room on this door for you right now.
Yeah.
But being left unsaid on that is that for all the lamenting about how unfair this season has been for the Dodgers and how much bad luck roster-wise they've suffered, they've gotten this season that you're talking about from Clayton Kershaw out of a guy that we were all saying is much closer to completely toast than being able to give this sort of season.
I'm not we.
All right, fine.
I don't belong in that we. What the fuck are you laughing at, Dallas? I have been very consistent in my Kershaw stance this year.
That's fine.
This year.
That's fine. I'm not looking to get sidetracked on that. What my point was is that most people said that he was not going to contribute anything. He has contributed, to your point, quite a lot. And that should also be noted when we're talking about here's all the things that the Dodgers haven't gotten this year. They've gotten real things from a guy that they should reasonably have expected to get nothing from.
Yeah. I mean, Blake Snell's been awesome since coming back. I know it's only 2 starts, but he's looked good. And I don't think that, it's not like, oh, Blake's back, so Kershaw can take his foot off the gas. It's like, no, man, I know, I know you've got miles on that arm and everything, but we're going to need you to keep that foot down on the gas because, I mean, like, and here's the other thing that I must acknowledge during this conversation. We are neutral baseball fans in this conversation. The average baseball fan is not shedding a goddamn tear for the Dodgers in their situation where it's like, oh, you mean you only had like a Cy Young MVP that you needed to step up for you during the stretch so that you were waiting for your 2-time both leagues Cy Young to return. And then, the guy carrying the load is a guy that you gave $150 million to so that your 2-way superstar who can pitch and hit home runs. And then the highest paid pitcher in baseball history. He's struggling. Oh, that's so bad. It's like, I don't think that I'm not trying to create sympathy. I'm not trying to create sympathy for the Dodgers. I am trying to provide context and perspective of the uphill battle that they've had. And like, you can pay all the money in the world to whomever you want to give it to, but that doesn't equal results. Like there's no guarantee in this game. Like it's not that way.
And all those people should be rooting against the Dodgers. That's also fine.
Yeah. I mean, but that's nothing that they're not. They're used to that. So
yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. But
before we move on from the Dodgers and Ohtani, can we just talk about the Ohtani Trout part of this?
Yes.
From last night. Because I just, and if you guys don't have anything significant to say, that's fine. When I was watching that, I just couldn't help but draw a comparison to the last time that we saw it. And obviously everybody was noting that, but it was when they squared off in the WBC. I think I remember talking about it with you guys. That was one of the signature moments of the entire season, let alone of the WBC event. Right. And last night just once again really hammered home the gap that has opened up between those two as players, as the way that their star currently shines. And I know it was cool that the first time meeting of multiple three-time MVPs, that we got to see him for the first time since the WBC, that Ohtani was, gassing it up and I'm not saying it's bad, but part of me was a little bit like,
stop picking on Mike Trout.
This is a little sad now.
You know what it feels like is like when a prize fighter who has been incredible over the course of their entire career,
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
You're just like, you can't
just let him. Just let him. Yes,
you don't want to do this. Like we got it because look, and I'll go as far as to say this, because of where Mike Trout will eventually end up in the pantheon of our game, and what the WBC I hope continues to grow into, and what Shohei Ohtani was at the moment, what Mike Trout was at the moment, where their careers were at in the moment. Like that matchup is going to be something that we talk a lot about, I think, forever. For a very long time, because of those two teammates. And there's always going to be the conversation linked about what happens if you keep the two best baseball players, on the planet at the time together. Is there any hope? I just think there's a narrative there that will persist. But it's almost like you shield my eyes. I know how we don't need to say that.
It's that. And like, I feel like, in that moment, had they both been at their peak, Shohei punches him out. Maybe you're more fired up coming off the mound, but I don't know if you noticed, but like Shohei kind of just like giggled, like coming off the mound. Like he like laughed and he was like, that guy.
Well, you want to know why, Jared? Because that's, I don't know that moment was necessarily it. And maybe it was the moment where Shohei is like, and objective completed.
Yeah.
He's come over here and done every bit of what I said he was plotting to do when he first came over. Show the world.
He did everything that everyone wanted Mike Trout to do. Yep. Leave the Angels,
but
go to a team that you can win a World Series, win that World Series, win multiple MVPs, and then enter the conversation for greatest of all time. That's what we all wanted from Mike Trout and didn't receive any of it. And Shohei was like, I can do that. And he did.
Well, it also sucks too, because I was talking with an underdog person who's a sports fan, but more of a casual baseball fan than obviously we are before recording today about the Trout stuff. And, he made a comment about like worst contract in the sport, or one of the worst contracts in the sports history. And I was like, my immediate reaction was like, oh, come on, like, oh, whoa. And like, it almost doesn't matter what my immediate reaction is. We're now entering. It just reminded me that we're going to spend a half decade talking about Mike Trout that way, or versions of that way. And whether I, as a hardcore baseball fan, push back or disagree with it, or like, oh, but you're not considering this part where his OPS plus is actually 120. And it's like, just shut up, because like most people are going to be talking about him that way. And that sucks to me, because it's another all-time great player that, because of how baseball structures when you get paid and at what age you are able to cash in, we're going to spend a large chunk of their careers talking about them as weights around the necks of their organizations, onerous contracts, bad contracts, instead of what awesome careers and baseball players they were. And that's coming for Mike Trout if it's not here already. And that just kind of makes me additionally sad, in ways that maybe we knew already existed, but were hammered home in that conversation in wake of Ohtani Trout Part 2 or whatever.
Yeah, we're entering that phase where the younger baseball fan didn't watch peak Mike Trout years live. Like it's folklore to them, and they only see the Mike Trout that exists now. And that guy's still socking homers, but he's not SportsCenter top 10 every night like it was in the past, and it's not where's he going to finish in the MVP conversation anymore. And I to the point about the contract, I want to say it was like USA Today or some major publication put out a list of like top 10 worst contracts of all time, and I think they put Trout's on there. So not that I agree with it, but it's just, it's not like
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with it personally, but I think it's more so that like it's not like, oh, a casual baseball fan said this. It's like, well, there's other sources that are putting that out there into the ether.
This is more of an off-season conversation, I understand, but like it's also tough to distinguish too, because it was like an extension on top of an existing contract too. And if you look at just when he signed the deal, like that's like one MVP is accounted for in that time frame, and everything else is decline period Mike Trout. So it's like, yeah, it was $400 million, and you got like the very back end of Mike Trout's peak. And so like from that angle, yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Whatever. I just couldn't help but think about that kind of stuff watching Ohtani Trout again last night. That's all.
Yeah. Anyways, Mando, speaking of things that stink, created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated, clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. They've got the solid deodorant stick formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Spray deodorant, aluminum free and ideal for the hard to reach places. All products are baking soda free and paraben free. Choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, or Pro Sport. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average man's Grundle odor was 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10. If you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula right now, you can do that by finding them in Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. For the best deals, go to shopmando.com. The Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid deodorant stick, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like the mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for BID listeners, new customers will get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code, which of course is BID at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide and free shipping. shopmando.com, and please support the show. Tell them that we sent you. Mando's got you covered. Protect your pits. Smell great. Doing it.
What? Oh, shit.
Woo! Oh, after a little bit of a breather, we are back for the home stretch of the season. I can't see us missing any more family feuds over the remainder, although
Can't happen.
You know, who knows? I guess I should have checked with everybody's
I know.
schedule before I blurted that out. But if we can't do it on a Thursday, maybe we should try and move it to a Wednesday moving forward.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Fair.
I mean, why the hell not? People love it. People demand it. Thanks again to the Discord for coming through. I'm obviously your man, Justin Havens. I don't have my normal notebook with me because I'm not in my normal setup. Do we remember who went first and last time?
I mean, it's been so long.
I feel like it was the opposite of the.
I think
I
went first. I went first last time because Dallas tried it in. I think.
No, that was.
Sure?
No. That was 2 times ago. You're first this time, and Dallas is second this time. I'm remembering now. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. All right. This is good. This is a good slate. All baseball. And I'm just gonna tell you guys. First question, one of my most obnoxious of all time.
Oh fuck.
Dallas, pop that top.
Yeah, pop it off, bitch. I feel good about this one.
Very good.
Look at this scumbag, dude.
No.
That desperate, huh? We're that desperate. Damn, he's really bald these days, huh?
Super bald, yeah. One of the baldest guys that I know.
That is tough. You factor in what else he's working with. That is tough.
That's not great.
All right, I don't think he can hear us. All right. Are you ready, Jared?
I am.
As always, it's out of 100 Baseball is Dead fans. Question number 1. Name the 6 teams who will be the division winners at the end of the 2025 season.
The Brewers, the Phillies, the Padres, the Astros, Tigers, and Blue Jays.
Thank you. Question 2. If you could pick, it's a tough one. If you could pick one division for the World Series winner to come out of, and you get all the teams in that division, which division are you choosing for 2025?
The NL Central.
Question 3. 2 weeks later, name the team that won the 2025 trade deadline.
Ooh. The Padres.
Almost ran out of time there. Question 4. 2 weeks later, name the team that lost the 2025 trade deadline.
The Yankees.
And last question. When his career is over, what number will Roman Anthony's career wins above replacement begin with? So, for example, if his career WAR is 55, the answer is 5. So you say 6. Thank you. All right, Dallas, pop him.
This fucking idiot. Hello?
Yeah. Yep. Here.
Okay, you got him. Okay.
Got him. Yeah.
All right.
I was waiting for the how.
You want to know the exact number, or you want to flow?
I want to flow.
All right.
I want to flow.
All right. It's north of 100. Was his total.
Okay.
So he got you halfway there. Just pick up that baton and take us to the promised land, sir.
Let's go, Dallas.
All
right. Dallas, number 1. I don't know if you heard me. One of my most obnoxious questions ever. Are you ready for it? Name the 6 teams who will be division winners at the end of the 2025 season.
Ooh. Dodgers, Mariners, Dodgers, Mariners, Tigers, Phillies, and what division do I have left?
You need AL East and NL Central.
AL East. Fuck it. The Jays, and then NL Central, the Brewers.
Thank you. I was hoping you guys would double up on it and then just total panic ensues because you can't even remember what you picked. But that's okay. Right. We'll get you another time. Question 2. If you could pick one division for the World Series winner to come out of, and you get all the teams in that division, which division are you choosing for 2025?
NL West. No, NL East. What?
I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I don't think I understand the question.
Well, NL East it is, folks. Here we go. Question 3. 2 weeks later, name the team that won the 2025 trade deadline.
The Padres. Oh, fuck. What? Who won it?
Still won.
The homer, fucking Mariners. He hasn't hit a fucking homer.
Emmanuel Suarez is hitting. I has as many hits as I do, and they won the trade deadline. 2 weeks later, name the team that lost the 2025 trade deadline.
Can I say the Mariners?
Yeah, you can actually.
The Mariners.
Okay. the fucking
Last question. When his career is over, what number will Roman Anthony's career wins above replacement begin with? So, for example, if his career WAR is 55, the answer to this question is 5.
4.
Thank you. All right. We ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't feel good about it.
No, you don't.
I mean, I think we're okay. I think it's going to be a nail biter, but I think we're going to be all right.
All right, here we go.
I mean, this first question, I would legitimately get physical with you if we were in the same room and you fucking asked this.
Name the 6 teams who will be the division winners at the end of the 2025 season. You guys successfully remembered all the divisions, so round of applause starting there. Jared said Brewers, Phillies, Padres, Astros, Tigers, Blue Jays. That was the 4th most common answer. That got you 9 points. Okay. Dallas said Dodgers, Mariners, Tigers, Phillies, Jays, Brewers. Would you believe that that's the most common answer for 21 points? Obviously, quite a spread on possible answers here. But you guys have gotten 30 points through the first question. Not bad. Not bad. We're going to need a better pace, but it's a start. Question 2. If you could pick one division for the World Series winner to come out of, and you get all the teams in that division, which division are you choosing for 2025? Jared said the NL West.
No.
You did not. You're right, you didn't. You said the NL Central. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That was the tied for the 3rd most common answer for 10 points. That brings you up to 40 points overall as a team. Dallas did not understand the question, but he came through with an answer of the NL East. That was the 5th most common answer, only 9 points. So you guys are chugging along at 49. Unfortunately, if Dallas had not pivoted off of his previous answer, you guys would have been looking at quite the payday.
Hey, well, see, now you're cherry picking when I get banged for switching and when I don't get banged for switching. It feels like this is a very convenient. Oh, hey, you know what? I'll allow it because you're fucking this up, buddy. I'll allow it. Hey, shut up back there. We'll allow it because he's fucking himself right now. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Normally tinfoil hat Dallas. Yeah. Like this is normally tinfoil hat Dallas often is like way off. It's just like, all right, you have this theory, and it's like, all right, dude, relax. This one, I stand behind. Yeah,
this was when you have the right answer and you have it in the palm of your hand, and then you give it away. Question 3. 2 weeks later, you guys are at 49 points through 2 questions. 2 weeks later, name the team that won the 2025 trade deadline. Jared said the Fathers, the Padres. That was the overwhelming number 1 answer for 59 points. So you guys more than doubled your total. You're now at a much more healthy 108 points. Dallas, after I was worried where we were going with this, he was able to give us Mariners. And thank goodness he did, because that was the 2nd most common answer. It's all the way down at 18 points, but it is the 2nd most common answer.
Best I can do.
And the only other one that was worth double digits. So you salvaged there.
After getting pig fucked in the question before.
Well, I think that was
we'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Question 4, obviously, was the flip side of the previous question. Jared said Yankees. That was the overwhelming number 1 answer for 40 points. That brings you guys up to 166 with Dallas's side of question 4 and all of question 5 remaining. Dallas really thinking big here, doubled down on his Mariners pick, trying to play both sides of it here after realizing that Eugenio Suarez is hitless. Unfortunately, too smart. This will yield 0 points.
Dallas.
Sometimes Dallas, he's too good.
Dallas. Who was the number 2 answer?
The number 2 answer was the Cubs, which I think is totally
okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Twins, Red Sox were the other teams that had double-digit answers. So you guys are at 166, which means you need 34 points, and the Roman Anthony question remains. Okay.
Okay.
How are we feeling about this?
I feel like Dallas went too low, but
Dallas said 4, correct? And you said 6?
Yeah. I think we can still get there.
I mean, you guys, you didn't go too bold. You didn't
do
go.
Dallas first. Do Dallas first.
Okay, I'll do Dallas first. Again, it was Roman Anthony's career WAR. What number will that begin with at the end of his career? Dallas said 4. Thinks Roman Anthony is going to have a nice, solid, Harold Bainesian type career. That was the second most common answer, but it was 19 points. So there's meat still left on this bone. We're at, we're at 185 now.
We need 15 points.
We need 15 points. And so good job by Dallas. Second most common answer. So Jared said 6. So he thinks Roman Anthony is going to put together some. We're having a Hall of Fame conversation about Roman
exactly
Anthony
what
at the
this
end
fucking
here.
Means.
This is a good and a bad sort of thing, I guess. The bad news is that Roman Anthony's not going to be an all-time great. The good news is that you guys did it, because 6 is the number 1 answer for 25 points, meaning you guys got to 210 this week and win again. There were 2 other answers that would have also won for you. 5 and 7 also would have won. So there was quite the consensus on this. Everybody was in that 4 to 7 range. 8 got 9 votes, 9 got 3 votes, and 10 even got a vote. Somebody threw in a 20. So somebody was saying that he might get 200 career wins above replacement, which I appreciate the optimism. But anyway, the overarching picture here, Jared and Dallas come through with yet another victory, 210.
That's right.
Nice job, boys.
That's big time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy that we built the suspense there as well with the order for the last question there, because I wasn't too sure. I mean, I was like, do I think it could be a 6? Yeah, I do. But do the people agree? I don't know. They often don't agree with me.
That's why I felt like 4 people were thinking, you know what? I can go 4 here because maybe he's a 49 win player. Like that's a really
great career.
Good player. It's a great career. Mm-hmm. Great career.
Yeah. But yeah,
I would for anybody out there tracking these. Yeah, if you want to help support the tinfoil hat theory, if you want to help support the fact that Jayhay is just picking and choosing when to spear my heart, you will help. I mean, you know what? Christmas could be good to you. Santa Claus could be good to you.
Yeah. Anybody gullible enough to fall for that line with all of his outstanding debts gets what they deserve.
No, okay. I was just gonna say, you might have a Cal Raleigh jersey coming your way.
Yeah, you might. Who knows what address he's sending this shit to?
Jersey coming your way.
That's true.
Just firing them off like, fuck, Jersey, God, fine. No, I mean, it says a lot about Dallas that even in a win, he's talking about his point total, and what he was robbed of. It's the sort of chip. That's the chip on a professional athlete's shoulder. That's what drives these folks.
Yep.
Anyway, it's not good enough to win. I want to win more.
Feels good. Feels good to see, like, all those times where we're talking about, like, maybe we'll do it on a Wednesday. I like being able to take my Family Feud victory into the weekend. Like, it's like now the weekend. Yeah. It's like,
it's set.
Yeah. Like nothing's going to bring me down this weekend. So yeah, I'm riding high right now. I'm going to continue to ride high because I feel like I'm going to have some award-winning nugs that are going to make me feel even better after this victory.
Yes, indeedy. No, it was a robust night for Nugs last night. Let's see, where should we start? Ketel Marte, he got things kicked off yesterday with a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 9th inning to send the D-backs victorious over the Rangers. I'm sure you're wondering right now, how many times in D-backs franchise history have they hit go-ahead 3-run homers on the road in the 9th inning or later? And I'm here to tell you that the answer to that question is 8 times. Ketel Marte, Daniel Descalso back in 18, Mark Reynolds and Upton in 09. What a magical year that was. Jeff Salazar in 07. Don't forget about Jeff Salazar in this list of stars. Tony Clark in 05, Rubiel Durazo in 02, and Devon White in 1998. If you forgot about Devon White's Diamondbacks period, you will be forgiven. James Wood, the 11th outfielder in NL history to produce a 25-homer, 15 stolen base season at age 22 or younger. This list is a fun one. Corbin Carroll, Ronald Acuna Jr., Jason Hayward, Justin Upton again, Adam Dunn, Andrew Jones, Barry Bonds, Darryl Strawberry, Jack Clark, and Cesar Cedeno. Former A's great Miguel Andujar hit his third homer in his 10th game with the Reds. He had 6 homers in 60 games with the A's. Matt Shaw, the Cubs offense has by and large been terrible, as we outlined on the previous podcast. But Matt Shaw is not among those numbers. He had 6 homers in his first 79 games this season. He's at 4 homers over his last 5 games. And if you like more detailed stats, I have one of those for you as well. If you look at it by average exit velocity and hard hit rate, first half versus second half for Matt Shaw, you're seeing an appreciable difference. His average exit velocity is up 5 miles per hour, actually 5.5 miles per hour from where it was in the first half. And his hard hit rate has gone from 27% to 36%. So some tangible things happening for Matt Shaw, who is obviously a big-time prospect for them, big part of their plan at third base, and has been hitting when no one else seemingly has. Arguably, the star of last night was a man named Jacob, or I guess it's possible, Jacob Marcy.
They call him Jacob. They call me Jacob.
4th player in MLB history to produce a 2-homer, 5 RBI stolen base game within the first 13 games of his career, and the first to do so since Craig Wilson back on September 14th, 1998. Marcy would go on to produce 7 RBI in this game. He is the first player since Hunter Renfroe in 2016 to have a 7 RBI game within his first 13 career games. The only other person to do so in MLB history is J.R. Tolles. Cade Horton's last 5 starts, 28 1/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 1 run. Would you believe that the only 5 start stretches featuring at least 28 innings pitched, no more than 11 hits allowed, and 1 or 0 runs allowed are Dave Stieb in 88-89, Hunter Green, and Dylan Cease in 2024, and Cade Horton this season. Marcy, I forgot this one. Marcy's also the first player since RBI became official to have at least 6 stolen bases and 13 RBI through the first 13 games of his career. So if you picked that dude up in your fantasy league and have been riding him for the last 2 weeks, you have been rewarded in a way that I couldn't possibly have anticipated, I wouldn't think. Junior Caminero, he continues to do it. He had his 34th homer last night. He's just moving up the list of most homers by a player aged 21 or younger in a single season in MLB history.
40, Jayhay.
What's that? You think he's getting a 40?
I think he's getting a 40.
He's currently tied for the 9th most. That's 34. If he were to get to 40, like DB's talking about, that would be the 4th most ever by a player aged 21 or younger. The only players to get to that 40 marker or higher are Ronald Acuna Jr. in 19 with 41, Mel Ott in 1929 with 42, and the quote-unquote record holder for a player aged 21 or younger, Eddie Matthews in 1953 hit 47 homers. I guess that's not even out of the possibility for Caminero, depending on how hot we get here. And while the Trevor Rogers trade for the Orioles has taken a lot of flack, including from myself specifically, for what they gave up to get Trevor Rogers and what he did not do for them last season when they kind of needed him a little bit more than they need him now. However, he's healthy and he's pitching well. He has a 1.43 ERA through 11 starts this season. That is the lowest ERA through the first 11 starts of a season for an Orioles pitcher since Hoyt Wilhelm's 1.11 ERA in 1959.
Boy.
And those are the Nuggs.
Wow. This weekend, Dodgers Padres Yeah, I would say tune in for that. I would say
couldn't
that's
come at a
probably
better time.
Yeah, that's probably appointment watching. That's your homework assignment for Monday. All the folks out there listening in BID Nation, I think it's imperative to tune in if you want to follow along with the conversation that Shirley will be leading off with on Monday.
Just say if you want to be cool.
Padres. Yeah, if you want to be one of the cool kids, you want to sit the cool kids table in the lunchroom, then yeah, Dodgers Padres is your homework assignment. Sean Manaea on Slab Lab, that's on the YouTube channel. I got to see a little sneak peek on his mentality on the mound and how he's like, I'm way too nice and I need to not be that way to go out there and compete. I mean, you're talking about a dude that like, I mean, obviously like he's buddies with Dallas because of his ties to Oakland, but like we met a couple of times and we had a live show at a bar in Arizona. He just showed up by himself, just sat there in the corner and was like, hey guys, like just the nicest dude. But obviously if you're going to go out there and try and get outs in the big leagues, you have to have that mean streak in you. So he talks about his mentality that he needs to take with him to the mound on the new episode of Slab Lab, which is on our YouTube channel. The Eric Hosmer vlog, when he came over to do the podcast, he came and did BID at the house. We went to Fenway, shot some content. That whole vlog, Mikey Emond crushed it per usual. That's also on the YouTube channel. Yeah, merch coming soon. The wheels are in motion, and we've got some cool ideas for stuff that we've never done before on the BID side. So, yeah,
shout out Eamon, whether it's fucking Uncrustables or content, just he's
crushing it.
Rushes.
Yeah. He's in Spain right now.
Oh, El Uncrustable.
El Uncrustable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crustable, I believe, in the southern part.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Dallas, you have any final thoughts?
Short slate today, but still some good matchups. At least some good arms going anyway. Scooble goes. Boyd goes. It's Boyd Scherzer, actually. And El Problema, Jesus Luzardo on the mound as well. No. For all the parents out there. Senga's on the mound. For all the parents out there who have just sent their children back to school or are getting ready to send their children back to school, enjoy the day, enjoy the moment. I just came back from doing that. Always a cool day. Always really cool just to feel the energy of your child venturing out into the world 1 year further down the road. So I was blessed to be able to do that today. So I'm gonna now go have mimosas and watch baseball and let my in-laws pick my children up. It's gonna be great.
What a setup. That's nice. That sounds like a great day, honestly.
It's gonna be great.
Jayhay, you have final thoughts?
I got to get myself a little bit of that DB setup, if I'm being honest with you. That sounds like how the rest of my day needed to go. Final thought is just that I saw that the Twins are no longer for sale, and that the poll ads pulled them off the market, so to speak. And while that's a very niche note to end the podcast on, I do think if there are any Minnesota Twins fans listening to the podcast, I think they will. The sentiment there is that it is a devastating turn of events for people who were hoping for a new era of Minnesota Twins baseball that was a little bit unshackled and maybe a little bit more free to invest in the product. And now that's kind of back to square one, supposedly, in a year that's already been tough for Twins fans. So just shout out to them, stay strong, and hope things play out the way that you want.
All right. Enjoy your weekend of baseball. Tune into Dodgers Padres. Going to be a hell of a dog fight. And we'll be right back here on Monday morning to break it all down for you fine people out there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for choosing us for your baseball content every single week. We very much appreciate it. All right. We'll see you on Monday.
We go.